You know, it's one thing to cry in a film during emotional scenes, but what do you do when you are crying throughout? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel guys. And recently I watched the Malayalam film Saudi Vellakka on Sony Live and I'm a mess. I am an emotional mess. I never did the trailer reaction for this film, and in all honesty, I am glad that I skipped on it. I went into it completely blind, and the emotional roller coaster that I went through, it's very difficult to describe. If I'd watched this movie in 2022, then beyond a doubt, beyond any doubt, this movie would have made into the top 5 in my favorites list. The premise is just so amazing. An altercation between an old woman and a young boy leads to a lifetime of misery for the former. Aisha Rautar, aka Uma, is hit by a baby coconut, which is called Vellakka, by mistake when a bunch of kids happen to be playing on a terrace. Abhilash, a young boy, hits her by mistake while she was returning from a shop. This leads to Uma completely losing her cool because she was already in a bad mood, and then she goes on to confront the boy. The very first thing that we ask ourselves, is Uma guilty? And the answer to that is yes. But did she deserve her life to fall apart completely the way it did in the film? Well, in my opinion, it's a very big no. Because the issue at hand could have been resolved very quickly and both parties could have just moved on with their respective lives. Which brings us to the harsh reality of the judicial system and its absolute sorry state of affairs, because of which there is a huge backlog of pending cases in our country. Storyline and writing clearly shows how, because of the inefficiency of the people working in the system, the case in hand keeps getting pushed further and further. Imagine getting the dates pushed back for your case and going to court for over a decade because of reasons like the magistrate was on leave, or the magistrate changing again and again, or the witnesses not showing up. And on top of that, losing your entire family and having to restart your life at an old age from ground zero. I am telling you, I was teary-eyed at almost every scene watching Uma go through this. And the situations hit you even more as a viewer because somewhere in our subconscious mind, we are very well aware that this is the reality of our courts. So imagine the cases that are not widely talked about. There would be probably tens of thousands of such cases. Imagine how delayed their verdicts would be. I mean, life would just pass by and you might die. But there is a good chance that your next generation will have to keep fighting the case. The reality is truly heartbreaking. Writer and director Tarun Murthy shines with the execution of this subject in such a nuanced way. His last film was Operation Java, which was also inspired from real-life situations where educated candidates are not getting full-time employment and the plight of the temporary workers in the system. That movie was also very well executed, but Saudi Vellakka is just a much more superiorly made film for me. The treatment is just so raw and real that you cannot help but feel that you're a part of this world. One of the standout sequences in the film for me was when Uma's son Satar, he had to actually run around to get her bail application done. The tedious process of running from one place to another at night because the next day would be a national holiday, the way it was shown and depicted on screen, it was truly wonderful and heartbreaking. Technically also the movie is brilliant, starting from sound design. In fact, you would feel the surround sound is kind of noisy, in the sense that along with hearing what the characters on screen are saying, you can also hear the surrounding chitter chatter. It just adds another extra layer of realism to the screen. Cinematography also has been kept very basic and simple, especially the scenes inside the court. The color grading adds to the gloominess and sadness of Uma's world. Editing wise also, for me, there was no lag whatsoever. But yes, mind you, it's not a fast-paced film. The editing is smartly done in order to make you feel that, oh my god, how long is this case going to drag? But not dragging it enough to make you feel, okay, this is now getting boring. So that balance has been done well. Performances are really good, especially Devi Verma, who plays Uma. I remember watching her cameo in Samarthya Shastram because I recently finished that series, so it was very easy for me to recall. There was barely any emotion on her face, and that was actually the best part. Her life was numb and dull, and it showed on her face. Lukman as Abhilash was also very endearing, but Binu Pappu as Brito, Gokulan as Advocate Gokulan, and Sujit Shankar as Satar, they were just beyond amazing. All in all, great casting choices. You know, the movie in its entirety questions us that what is humanity? Towards the end of the film, there's a scene where you see a shot of a quotation which is hung inside a room where it says that humanity reality is like an ocean, and if few drops in the ocean are dirty, it does not make the entire ocean dirty. So that quote kind of stayed with me even after the film, because when you see the news nowadays, you really lose faith in humanity. But when you watch movies like this, I feel that, yeah, it just gives me that glimmer of hope. So in the end, I would highly recommend everybody to watch this film. The movie is dubbed in various languages. That is one of the actual plus points of Sony Live as well as Disney Plus Hotstar, that they dub the film in various languages, even if originally it was not released with the dubbed version. Though if you ask me, I would always tell people to watch it in the original language with the subtitles, because that's when you really get to see the emotion while somebody is saying those dialogues. So yes, those were my thoughts on the Malayalam film Saudi Vellakka. So beautiful. What a beautifully made film. Please do watch it. And yes, that was my review, and hope you guys watched this entire thing and have come till the end of the video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And please let me know your thoughts on this film if you have watched it in the comments below. And I'm going to sign off now, and I'll see you soon on my next video. Bye.